Hey, I left this message for you to let you know what you're going to be doing on your shift, and I hope you get started. In case you forgot, you're here to guard the place from vandals from 12 to 6 a.m. You should have a security monitor there in your office that you can use to view the security cameras. You also have a flashlight that you can use to illuminate dark areas within your office. However, during the night we use a backup power generator that can run out of power rather quickly. So if the power level ever gets low, press the button on the generator behind you to recharge it. Keep in mind that as soon as you use it, it won't stop charging them until it reaches 100%. On Cam 12, there is also a heater that needs to be manually cooled down through the monitor. Whatever you do, do not let that thing reach 50, or it'll overheat the place and shut down the power, as well as cause the generator to malfunction. So you won't even be able to recharge power after that. And now, recently, the Chuck E. Cheese company closed down for a second time. Really does look like it's closing down for good this time, especially concerning the fact that the night guard there went missing, and the accident with the animatronics. I really can't believe that happened. I'm pretty sure you said that you used to work there, right? Anyway, after they closed down, the animatronics were shipped here for safekeeping. They did say something about them moving around during the night, so we've given you some other special devices to get rid of them. The first is a shock system. When viewing the cameras, you can trigger a shock that is meant to slow down the animatronics. It'll affect whichever camera you're currently viewing. It is not meant to get them away entirely, but it'll slow them down. The other device you have is a strobe light, which will cause the animatronics to do a system restart. If the animatronics get into your office itself, shine your flashlight directly on their faces and use the strobe light to repel them. Oh, and one more thing. One of the animatronics, who is being stored right behind you, the purple dude, Mr. Munch. That's his name. Mr. Munch apparently has some sort of electronic control over devices or something. If he starts moving, quickly flicker your flashlight on and off to get him away. Okay, that's all the info I have for you. Stay safe and finish your shift. Alright, good night.